Hello everyone from my parents' kitchen, and today I will show you how to make what we call Játra na cibulce, which translates into liver on a roasted onion. And some of you asked me for this recipe, so I thought while I'm here in the Czech Republic, I will make it since liver is available in any grocery store. And I recommend using chicken liver because that's the smallest, it's the softest, doesn't take too long to cook, and it's the most available I've seen. I also have seen in USA that they have them in some grocery stores in the frozen section, so make sure to find it. I know that in US people are not as used to eating liver, but here in Czech Republic we eat it, we like it. So let's start with the recipe. We have 1 pound of liver, then I have here 1 small onion, 1/4 of a cup of oil, then we need 1.5 teaspoons salt, 1/2 teaspoon of seasoning salt. And here in the Czech Republic I cannot find a package that says seasoning salt because we are not used to having it. But what I recommend using if you are in any nation that doesn't have seasoning salt, just look for a spice mix that first or second ingredient says salt, because that means it's the most of it, majority of it. Like I found here, this is a packet for, spice packet for americké brambory, American potatoes, and it has actually 70% of salt, so I recommend 60-70% if the package says it. So we will need 1/2 teaspoon. Then we will need 3 cups of water. This is for the first phase of cooking. 1 cup of water for second phase. 1/3 of a cup all-purpose flour, and about 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. And here we will pair it with bread. This is a typical rye bread that you can get at any grocery store in the Czech Republic. And I also have a recipe, so you can try and make it your own because it's delicious. So let's start cooking. You can also pair it with rice. So today I will just do it with bread because that's how we ate it the most often. But you can do it with rice as well. First we will chop onion on small pieces, and here I have a large pot prepared. I'm trying to do small pieces so it can roast nicely. Now let's put it into our pot. This is 1 small onion. Let's add 1/4 of a cup oil and set it aside because now we will chop the liver. So here I have an extra plate where I will put the chopped liver. These are already washed, and just cut them to smaller pieces. Some people would discard these parts, but I just chop it all in. It doesn't really bother me because it gets all cooked. And now I am chopping 1 pound of chicken liver. It is all chopped, so now set it aside and let's continue cooking. Here is the pot with onion and oil, so let's turn on the heat to high. And I will stir it, but don't stir it too much because you need to give the onions chance to roast. It's getting a little dark on this side, so I will stir a little bit. But you want to keep the heat really high because you want to roast it, you don't want to cook the onion. If you lower the heat, you will just cook it and it will not get much dark. So now I'm stirring it more. It's looking good. Don't worry about the pot. When you put the water in, it will help. So this is good, so I will lower the heat and let's add chopped liver, 1 pound. Add 1.5 teaspoons salt. And add half a teaspoon seasoning salt. Now give it a stir. And you will want to roast it for a little bit. So I will raise the heat again. This is looking good, so let's add 3 cups of water. And raise the heat to the highest. Let's add the lid and bring it to boil. But don't walk away because you don't want it to boil over. Just keep an eye on it because it will start to boil very soon. It is starting to boil now. So let's give it a stir. And lower the heat so it has a gentle boil. Let's put the lid back on. And because it doesn't have any hole for the steam to escape, you need to crack it open. And let's boil it on gentle boil for 20 minutes. 5 minutes before the timer is up, we will be making thickening, and I will show you a little trick. Here I have a jar. Let's add into it 1 cup of water. 1/3 of a cup all-purpose flour. I hope I will not make a mess. Just a little mess. Now let's close it, and instead of using a strainer, you can just shake it, and it works so well. This way you will have no clumps. So shake it, because in the past I would just use a strainer and whisk it, but it would still have some clumps in a strainer, and it's extra thing to wash. So like this, it will not have any clumps. If you see some, shake it more. This should be now very smooth. Looks very smooth, so we will be adding this into our sauce. Timer is up, so let's add the thickening. And I will give it a stir because I haven't stirred it for the whole time of the boiling, because there is no need really. And let's add now the thickening and stir it, just to make sure that we don't have any flour chunks. But look how smooth it is. And now I will raise the heat a little bit, because you will want to stir it until it gets thickened up. And now it all depends how much water evaporated while you are boiling it. So if it is too runny, you will need to add more of the thickening sauce. So just add a little bit more water into a jar and more flour. Just shake it again and add it. So now bring it to boil again and keep stirring. It's boiling now again, so just mix it for about 2 minutes to give it the sauce chance to thicken up some more. Let's add, this is about 3 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Now it has a nice color, and let's just turn it off, and we are done. The house smells amazing. And now I can taste test. I really like this meal. It's simple, it's easy to make, it's quick, it's pretty quick, doesn't take too long. So let's go for it. And if you like liver, just try it. And if you don't like liver, just try it. Maybe you can change your opinion on the liver. If it's made well with onions, it's really delicious. It's amazing. The liver is soft. The bread goes so well, complements it really well. Sometimes we would rip pieces of bread and just dip it in and just eat it like that. But as I said, it goes really well with the rice, which I also enjoy. So I will keep eating, and I hope that you give it a try. Let me know, share some pictures, and I hope that this was maybe some of your family favorites growing up. So I hope that I made you happy that I made this dish. So I hope that you will enjoy the rest of the day, and I go enjoy this Játra na cibulce. Bye guys!